The NBA Finals is now tied at 1 game apiece. Looked like we were going to have another tight one until the third quarter happened. And once again, the third quarter went the Golden State Warriors' way. This one, however, was such a blowout in the third quarter. And the fourth quarter, there was no Celtics three-pointer-palooza. And the Warriors win this one 107-88. And it really wasn't that close. The Warriors did get a better performance from Jordan Poole, who went splash from half court. That was a huge shot, even though he kind of carried the ball before shooting it. Jordan Poole with 17 points off the bench. Kevon Looney had a nice game as well. Steph Curry almost with a 30-piece last night. Klay Thompson added his points, and Gary Payton II made his appearance, and Andre Iguodala didn't even dress. So that looks to be potentially the way the Warriors are going to play this thing from here on out, as their first NBA Finals MVP from this stretch didn't even dress last night. Gary Payton II did dress for this one for a second straight time. This time, however, he actually played and looked the role of giving a nice burst to this team on both ends of the floor, even though Jason Tatum had a heck of a first half, a much better game too, and Derek White was doing his thing. We did not see the huge three-point outburst from Al Horford. We didn't see it. We did see it from Jaylen Brown in the first quarter last night, but the second half, it was all Warriors, and we're tied at 1 game apiece, and Stephen A. Smith, who's going to join us shortly, I think accurately made it an assessment that it looked like the Celtics already had their one, and they were kind of settling in the second half last night. There was a touch of contentment. You didn't see the same hunger in the second half last night. That may be something that you can't ascribe to the Celtics, but you just thought last night that they had a shot in the second half to just lay down the law, lay the wood to this team, and take a 2-0 lead back to Boston. Gosh. And that is kind of the NBA Finals champion mentality that you would see from teams that are dominant. And maybe, just maybe, though, that these two teams are very well matched, and it's going to be a close series all the way to the end. That's another way that you can assess it. And Draymond Green had the soundbite of the night after Game 1, where he looked at the stat sheet and he saw 15 of 23 three-point shooting from Horford, White, and Brown, and he basically intimated that odds are that's not going to happen again. And I've said the odds are philosophy going against the Celtics is a poor philosophy to have, because the Celtics have taken your odds are and stuffed it where the sun don't shine on every single opponent that they've faced pretty much since the calendar turned from 2021 to 2022. And maybe, just maybe, this team in Golden State needs to take these three-point shots and shooting ability of this team far more seriously. Or it's just Draymond Green only knowing one speed. And that's the speed of getting in people's faces and getting in people's kitchens and grills. And just seeing him matched up with Marcus Smart last night on occasion. You know, I turned to you, Chris. By the way, Chris, and I watched the game with Chris yesterday. Figured you were at Dodger Stadium once again for the Mets, TJ Jefferson.
I was not. Okay. That's cool. I didn't want to come anyway.
Well, at any rate, I know that. But anyway, so I turned to Chris and I'm like, these two guys, when they're matched up together, it's the matchup of the two guys who know how to get it done while blaming it on the other person that they're covering more than anybody else. Yeah, and hiding it. And they pretty much know
for sure.
how to get it done and blame it on the other guy and make it look to the referees that it's the other guy's fault. And then Draymond
should have got ejected last night.
Lied on top, like laid his feet on top of Jaylen Brown. And he already had a technical. And the officials had to go in there, and as Van Gundy pointed out, this is normally a double technical. Certainly if you're pulling on the shorts of the opponent who was getting up and having an issue with you resting your feet on top of them for a split second. And a double technical would have knocked Green out of the game.
That's too bad. I mean, they got to do it.
They didn't. And so Green last night doubled down. And so he only knows how to do it. Again, he doubles and triples and quadruples down.
One speed.
He doubled down on his comment after game one of like, these guys can't keep it up. So I think we'll be fine. This is what he had to say.
I think it was definitely an attitude adjustment. Like I said, we didn't play with enough force the entire 48 minutes. We had spurts where we played with the right amount of force in game one. But overall, against a team like that, you can't let your foot off the gas pedal. All they need to see is one shot go in, and it can start a domino effect. And so we knew, like I said last game, they are who we thought they were. And so we knew we had to keep our foot on the gas pedal and not let up, and we did that, and we're able to come out with the win.
So Draymond went another Green. Denny.
They are who we thought they were.
Except they didn't let the Celtics off the hook this time.
They are who we thought they were.
Money Green going Denny Green. And, man, I just know Celtics fans are going to hear that soundbite for the next 48 hours played on all EEI and all those stations nonstop. They're just going to be really intense in game number 3 when the Warriors get on the floor. And we'll have to see them win another game on the road for a 25th consecutive playoff series. If they don't, the Celtics will win the series. It's just that simple. And Draymond Green is the table wired. The question is, will he be able to hit the point? And the Warriors made their points last night, and Poole made his points last night. But I think that Draymond Green has written some checks that he knows that I think the officials are ready to cash. Now that we're going to be spending the next 48 hours hearing conversations he should have been ejected, and he's like, the Celtics are who we thought they were. Who are they? But a team that's running out of gas, a team that can't keep up the shooting.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a compliment.
Defensive intensity. I don't know what that comment really means. But all I know is it's really set up this NBA Finals that's now a best of 5 with the Celtics having home court advantage. And the Celtics will take that. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.